Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is confident that Russian dictator Vladimir Putin is planning to deploy troops to Belarus in the spring, summer or fall and try to drag the country into war. As reported by a UNIAN correspondent, the head of state stated this at a briefing after a meeting with the British Secretary of State for Foreign Affairs David Lammy in Kyiv. With Putin's ambitions and what we see today, he is doing everything to stop this war, and this is a fact. He will continue in this, and he will think about other countries. I am sure of this. I am warning about this, absolutely openly, frankly. I understand what will happen. You will see. He will provoke other countries. Maybe Poland will be next, or the Baltic countries. And this is not just some more rhetoric. You will see in the spring, summer or fall, he will have forces on the territory of Belarus. Zelensky is convinced. As the president suggested, many Europeans and perhaps even the US will say that this is intimidation. This is intimidation of Poland, intimidation of Lithuania and our other Baltic partners. But you will see, he will do everything to draw them in. He will think about how to provoke them. I don't know if there will be an invasion, but in any case, he will thus drag Belarus into the war. Although, in my opinion, after they attacked Ukraine with missiles, they were already in this war, but their people are not there, and their troops are not there yet. But Putin really wants this, Zelensky emphasized. The head of state believes that everything must be done to stop Putin. In this context, Zelensky is convinced that by providing support to Ukraine, European and American partners will also take care of themselves, and Great Britain is no exception. The president of Ukraine notes that Europeans need to increase defense spending today. If you don't want to spend the entire budget on defense in the future, spend today the percentage that is needed today. Strengthen your defense with such steps. Support for Ukraine is part of your defense, Zelensky notes. Russian dictator Vladimir Putin has submitted to the State Duma a bill to ratify the agreement with Belarus on security guarantees within the Union state, signed in December 2024. The corresponding document has already appeared on the official website of the Russian parliament. According to the document, Belarus grants permission to deploy Russian military bases and units on its territory. It is noteworthy that the agreement will be valid for at least 10 years with automatic extension for subsequent 10-year periods. The agreement was signed on December 6, 2024 in Minsk during a meeting of the Supreme State Council with the participation of Alexander Lukashenko and Vladimir Putin. It speaks in particular of military cooperation. One of the points states that in the event of an act of aggression against any of the parties to the agreement, the other party guarantees the immediate provision as agreed upon by the heads of state of the parties of military, technical and other assistance after a corresponding official request. Article 5 of this agreement states that in order to prevent and repel acts of aggression against the Republic of Belarus, military and other facilities of the Russian Federation may be created on the territory of Belarus, as well as military formations of the Russian Federation may be stationed. In addition, the document also mentions a nuclear umbrella for Belarus.
A line of Mexican National Guard and Army trucks rumbled along the border separating Ciudad Juarez and El Paso, Texas Wednesday, among the first of 10,000 troops Mexico has sent to its northern frontier following threats of high tariffs being imposed on Mexican goods by President Donald Trump. According to Associated Press, masked and armed National Guard members picked through brush running along the border barrier on the outskirts of Ciudad Juarez, pulling out ladders tucked away in the trenches, and pulling them onto trucks. Patrols were also seen on other parts of the border near Tijuana, Mexico. It comes after a turbulent week along the border after Trump announced he would delay imposing crippling tariffs on Mexico for at least a month. In exchange, Mexican President Claudia Sheinbaum promised she would send the country's National Guard to reinforce the border and crack down on fentanyl smuggling. Trump has declared an emergency on the border despite migration levels and fentanyl overdoses significantly dipping over the past year. The U.S. said it would, in turn, do more to stop American guns from being trafficked into Mexico to fuel cartel violence, which has rippled to other parts of the country as criminal groups fight to control the lucrative migrant smuggling industry. On Tuesday, the first of those forces arrived in border cities, climbing out of government planes. Guard members in the Wednesday patrol confirmed that they were part of the new force. At least 1,650 troops were expected to be sent to Ciudad Juarez, according to government figures, making it one of the biggest receivers of border reinforcements in the country, second only to Tijuana, where 1,949 are slated to be sent.
¿Qué hay? ¿Más? ¿Hay más? ¿Hay más cosas? A ver, chécala. Jalarla bien.
Esta la puedes jalar y ahí la vamos.
Que ahí estamos listos.